We are back. What's good, boys? It's your boy Greg Popovich. We're back with another Minecraft beta video, and I have good news. So, in the last video, we were going around trying to finish off this project, this giant castle village, medieval village, whatever you want to call it. And no, it doesn't have a name. I've never been one to like name my builds or anything. I just give them like the most bland generic name, like Castle Village, Vault Village, Windmill Village. I don't really do that. I don't know why, but I don't get into the lore side of things. To me, it's more just like this is what it looks like, and I don't make the lore though, but this is what it looks like. Um, I feel like most people would be like, this is Raventooth Castle, where there's ravens, and I don't. I just don't get into that. Not that it's bad, I just don't. But anyways, I finished it, sort of. So it's not done, but I finished the entire exterior of the entire thing. So, you know, there's nothing left to do but the interiors, which is gonna definitely make me want to call a self-help hotline because that's gonna be rough. So I went through and I counted all these structures, and it's like I counted 75 unique structures that need interiors built for them. So it this project's still like probably 1 to 3 months away from actually being finished because it's going to take forever to go through and do that. Even if I get pretty lazy with it, it's still going to take likely months. But the exterior of everything though is done, and that's the most important part. So fuck it, we're good. And so what I was doing in the last episode, I was going through spamming things like fountains, things like the little vendor tents, and little buggies, wells, things like that, just everywhere, trying to bring the whole build together. And so I went through, I did all that. Then I went through and I spammed bone meal all over the place. Then I went through the entire village again and I broke most of the tall grass because the bone meal just adds way too much of it. And I spammed flowers and roses. Then after that, I went through and spammed trees everywhere, as you can see. And then the final touch was going through putting like the bushes in and just taking care of any little thing that didn't make sense, like maybe changing a pathway slightly, adding more wheat fields, just anything I would see when I'd walk around that I felt like it needed. But that's all done now. And I didn't record any clips going through that process because it was so close to the finish that I was just like, instead, I'm gonna just finish the thing and sort of do a grand unveiling. I think that'll work better. So, it's not structured like the last video. I'm sorry if you liked that, but this time we're just gonna walk through and we're gonna walk through the whole thing and I'm gonna ramble, and then maybe we'll go through the last backup I have so you can see sort of really get a compare, how important the finishing touches on a build are and how it can really go from garbage to, at least to me, really good. I know there's tons of better builders out there, but for my standards, it's like, oh yeah, I knocked it out of the park. But also my standards are unbelievably low, so it's not saying too much. But it is funny though. I think like the one thing I'm good at in this game that most people are not is I'm just good at placing blocks. I feel like most people they will get really caught up in their head about like, oh man, this just doesn't look good. The build's coming out and it's not looking good and it looks like shit. And you get a ton of builders that are, or maybe not builders, but I see like a ton of let's plays where like you never really see anyone like really finish projects a lot, or they'll stop playing and it's because they were just like tearing down the same build over and over, and that no matter what they did, it didn't look right. And I'm good at just sort of following through and accepting if it looks bad. And in the end, I feel like just getting better at building because of that. So, quantity over quality is kind of what I'm trying to say, which isn't true most of the time, but I feel like here it is true. Like, sometimes you just need to finish whatever you're working on and it's going to be fine. And I only say that because as I was going through and adding the finishing touches to this, I was just like, man, this place kind of looks like shit. And I was feeling kind of insecure about it. Like, I just don't think this is that good of a build, which is fine. Like, I put out stinkers all the time, and I'm totally okay with that. For me, it's just like, I just like seeing the world grow more than like necessarily making good builds, because I've never really thought of myself as like a good builder, but I'm good at placing blocks, bitch. Like, I can do that. I can place the blocks, all right? You know, I have no problem there. And it pretty much, like, this place looked like garbage, and then after I spammed all the greenery, I was like, holy shit, I did it. I made something I really like. Which doesn't usually happen. Usually I kind of like it, or I'm like, it's okay, or I'm just like, at least it adds to the total mess that I'm making in this world, which I do enjoy. Like I said, I just like to see it grow and like keep moving. But no, I think this place looks dope. Like, I was walking around for like an hour just taking screenshots and trying to see if there's anything I should add. And I took like 100 screenshots, and like, no matter where I am in this village, I just think it looks great. Like, it's totally up to my standards, I guess is what I'm saying. But it's just funny how right before you're finished, it's like, ooh, it doesn't look very good. And it's like, well, no shit, it doesn't look good. You're not finished, you dumb twat. Like, of course it doesn't look good. Can you imagine, like, walking in to, like, your bathroom as someone's remodeling it and being like, oh my god, there's no drywall in the bathroom. Like, no shit, there's no drywall. They're redoing the whole thing. You know, it's like, of course it looks bad. You gotta wait till it's done for it to all sort of come together, you know? But it looks great. I'm just gonna continue to keep like doing a lap around this place so you guys can get an idea of what the whole thing looks like. Then we will, I think we'll jump into one of my backup saves. We'll fly around there, see what it looked like from when I recorded the last video, and then we'll employ some hacker cheating methods and fly around this as well, just so you can get some good vantage points of the whole thing and kind of compare and contrast. And like, wow, bushes really are a cheat code in this game. Just put some bushes and, you know, you might even think you're good at building. Like, it's that simple. Spam some greenery, bro. It's that easy. But yeah, it's just crazy how it goes, like, till the very end you hate your build, and then once it's finished you're like, it's not that bad. You know, it's just funny. But yeah. Oh yeah, also over here I did this. I don't know if you guys remember in the last video, but I spammed some trees around this, and this is like your master sword. Like, pull the master sword out of the stone, or maybe King Arthur or whatever. I don't know exactly, but that's finished now. And it's funny too, because like, I really like this build. I think it looks good. And like, bro, I didn't even do anything. Like, I came up with like 4 different structures and then made like 10 variations on all of them and spammed them. And then I spammed a ton of little tents and a ton of wells and fountains and made some nice little water features. And it's like, to me it's funny because it looks really good, and it's like, is it actually good? I don't know. Well, it doesn't matter because I think it looks good, so it actually doesn't matter. But I'm like, it definitely feels like I'm tricking you. Like, I'm like, it's not actually good. I'm just using a few clever tricks to make you think it looks good, or at least convince myself it looks good, because you might think it looks like shit. That's totally fair. But yeah, that's really it. I think I've done a lap of the whole thing for the most part. Maybe let's go up here. You can get, we'll go up to the top over here, and then I'll go into the other save. But yeah, overall though, I'm just not excited. I I just really don't want to do the interiors for this place, but I know if I do finish the interiors, I will feel way better about the whole thing, and I can move on without it always like picking, like nagging in the back of my head, you know. So we'll get that over with, but I'm definitely not at all excited about it. I don't think I've walked down like every possible pathway, but I think I've walked down. I've at least done a solid lap around this place. So there you go. That's what the whole thing looks like. And it's definitely spammed with greenery. Like, probably went a little too hard. Like, definitely overcrowded things a little bit too much. But I think it looks good, so I don't care. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's hop into another save. So here, this is a save of the world from shortly after I recorded the last video. So I hadn't done any of the greenery spam. I hadn't done most of the minor structures, the little tents and shit. So this is what it looked like, you know, before I had put those finishing touches on anything. And I just remember not really liking it. Like, I look at this and I'm like, ugh, that just doesn't look very good. Or like this area up here and it's like, ooh, yeah, this just doesn't look very good either. You know, I'm just looking at everything and I'm like, I mean, overall it's not horrible, but like it's not looking great. And I remember thinking like just spamming some trees isn't gonna fix it, and guess what? That's where you're dead fucking wrong, bro. It will fix it. So, but yeah, overall it just didn't look that great. I don't know. At this point, when I was at this point, I was like, ugh, I can't wait to move on because this doesn't look that great. But that's part of the process too, though. Like sometimes you will finish a build and it stinks, but it's like, who gives a fuck? Also, I think sometimes people that are good at building, sometimes they build things I still don't like, even though it's like probably objectively good. Like they're using palettes and they're using gradients and they're texturing, and I'm like, it still looks like shit. And then I see some guy on YouTube who has no subscribers who's built like a box and like it has a glass floor, and you know, he's got a mine that he dug out, and I'm like, why do I find this more interesting than like the good builder sometimes? Not always, but sometimes I do. So I guess it's just subjective, so you probably shouldn't stress it. But yeah, that's what it looked like before, and this is what it looks like now. But first, we gotta go hacker mode. Don't tell anyone, but I am cheating on my main save right now. Set speed, I think, is the command. I always forget it. Set speed. Let's do 5. Boom. Rise up. So yeah, just look at what it was before and now. I don't know. Let me know if you guys think this looks good. 'Cause to me, this is like night and day. Like, this looks so much better than before. Like, look at this. Like, I remember looking at the front of the castle here and not liking it. And it's like, boom, I put some lanterns up, some trees, some flowers, and now it looks great. Same with over here, like these giant retaining walls. It didn't look very good, and for some reason now I like it. Whatever. I think this area especially maybe gets the biggest glow up. I added a few small retaining walls right there and there. Then I spammed some tents, and every time I put tents near the water, I was sure to put like a little dock around them, and that seemed to help a lot. I put a retaining wall here, like a wheat field there, and like this whole area now to me looks sick. Like, I love this area now. Oh yeah, I also put like these stones here and this here. That's gonna be like a mine entrance. That's why I put stones there. You know, I put a big fountain there right between the two towers. I love these two towers. I have no idea why, but I think this might be my favorite part of the whole build, just like this area. It's like a bustling market center. I mean, I guess the whole thing is like a bustling market center because I just spammed markets everywhere. Or like this house that was on this hill. I thought it looked so stupid and awkward, and I spammed some bone meal and trees, and now it looks really cool. And the waterfall used to also look very awkward and unnatural. It still kind of looks unnatural, but it looks way better. Same with over here. This little building I never quite liked, so I put one of those like water mill things in there. If you can tell, it's kind of hard to do in beta because you don't have upside down stairs. Well, I could have just put stairs there, I guess, and not on the bottom. Whatever, it's too late now, I'm not doing it. But it just looks way better now. And it is kind of uninspired and not very creative, but like also I understand that like that's all I could come up with at the time, and I'd rather just spam the few things I know and then like sit here all day thinking about it, if that makes sense. It's like if all I can think of is market tents and fountains, like spam them and see how that goes rather than like racking my head of like, oh, like what's another small thing that a medieval village would have that fills it out. And I do think it's cool when people do think that through really well, but like I don't know, that's just not really what I'm trying to do, I guess. Like I'm not trying to do too much research. I don't want to think about it too much cuz at the end of the day I want to move on from this project, but it looks really cool. I can't even imagine what this place feels like once all the interiors are done. I'm just gonna have to really challenge myself not to get too lazy with them. Oh, but I do want to just do them really quickly and dirty. Like, like I don't want to spend too much time on them for sure. Oh my god, because yeah, that's gonna suck. Like all these structures are gonna need stuff in them. I'm gonna have to collect so much wood. I'm gonna spend like probably a whole week just chopping down trees. And like a whole week collecting glowstone. And that'll probably be the two main things I need the most of. The rest of it I probably already have a decent amount of. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm excited to move on though, because I don't know if I've ever really talked about like the planning for this world and like what my overall goal is. So I think I've mentioned before how I just want everything to be jam packed and huge and feel dense and never ending, which is still true. But the main goal is a little more specifically, at least right now, is to fill in everything within this giant railway I made around the base. So a decent amount of it's filled in, but it's not done because I want it to feel, like I said, dense and like claustrophobic almost. Like every nook and cranny has some sort of build or secret in it, and it's just not at that level yet. But there's still a lot of space to move in. Like there's some empty spots here, and over here is the biggest emptiest spot. Is like this whole area is completely untouched, going all the way around up until we get to Millville over here. And also, yeah, I have to redo Millville because the sheep got in there somehow. I don't fucking know, but we'll do that another day. But yeah, I have to. The main part I have to do still is like fill in this whole area, and like I have been going crazy thinking about all the cool shit I can do with this. Like with this area, I was like, what if I dig out like a giant ravine sort of thing that goes from here to over here, and like all the way down it there's like houses or something, or I don't know exactly, but I just want to start digging a big fucking hole over here. And I need more cobblestone soon because I'm getting low on cobblestone, which I thought would never happen. Like genuinely, I had so many double chests completely full to the brim of cobblestone that I thought I'd never run out. And I'm not out yet, but I'm very close. So the next project for sure will start with digging a giant hole just to get my cobblestone reserves up again. But the end goal though is for this whole area to be filled with builds, and not just like from the surface, but I want like deep into the ground. And that's like why there's so much in the mountain village. Like I want everything within this perimeter to feel like the mountain village, where it's mountain village, the mountain base. This isn't necessarily a village, but like this. Like you go underground, it's all the way on the surface, completely filled and dense with builds, and then you go underground and it's all stuff like this, you know? That is the end goal for sure. So, yeah. That'll probably take like 10 years to actually do, if I'm being realistic. Like, to completely fill in this whole area to the point where I feel like it's too jam packed to build anything else. Maybe not 10 years, but maybe like 5. I don't know. It'll take a long time. And then once that's done, the goal will then be to pick an amount. So maybe I'll do like out till here, and I'll do another perimeter and just start filling in that perimeter again. And the goal is to just do that as much as I can until God takes me from this green earth. So yeah, that'll be fun. But I think that's all I got for you guys today. It's really fun to just fly around in beta. Uh, Thank God for having the single player commands thing, because it makes it. I love just flying around the world and seeing it. It's a shame you can't normally do that. But yeah, that's it. That's all I got for you guys. I hope you liked the video. I will see you next month with some interiors to some of these houses. This is Poptavius. Go ahead, like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed it. Also, I made a Discord if any of you guys want to join that. I'm not really using it right now, but the goal is to eventually do something with it. For now, I'm just gonna post like maybe updates in there, or when I upload a video. That's probably it. But as I get ideas, I'll do something with the Discord. So if you want, go ahead and join that. Anyways, pasta la pizza. Catch you on the flip side.